You could be one decision away from changing your family's future, and no one is telling you this. Every day, across America, a quiet, uncomfortable conversation plays out in kitchens, living rooms, and family cars. It's the moment someone says, "We need to talk about Mom," or "What are we going to do if Dad can't live alone anymore?" Sometimes, it's even ourselves whispering, "What happens to me if I need care one day?" At the center of that emotional crossroads is a subject most people are afraid to tackle: nursing homes. This isn't a sensational expose. It's not about fear, it's about truth. The raw, complicated, deeply human truth about what happens when someone we love, or we ourselves, need full-time care. The stories you never hear at family gatherings, the facts that brochures won't mention, and the silence that leaves families confused, conflicted, and overwhelmed. I spent 3 months walking this road with my sister when our mother's Alzheimer's advanced. We visited dozens of facilities. We heard things we wish we hadn't. We saw things we'll never forget. And what we learned changed everything. Truth number 1. All nursing homes are not created equal. We assume there are standards, medical, ethical, emotional, that apply across the board. But the reality? The difference between 2 facilities can be as vast as night and day. Some places feel sterile and cold, like hospitals that lost their warmth long ago. Wheelchairs line the halls, residents silent or calling out into the air, hoping someone hears. The smell of disinfectant tries to mask something deeper. Staff hurry by, too rushed for small talk or smiles. Other facilities glow with life, windows full of plants, residents painting, gardening, laughing, staff who greet every person by name. A sense that this is a place to live, not just to be kept alive. The secret? Staffing. The best homes have low turnover, pay their workers well, and treat them with respect. And in return, those caregivers pour love into their work. In underfunded or overburdened homes, even the most well-meaning staff are stretched thin, exhausted, and unable to give the care they desperately want to give. Truth number 2. The cost of quality care can break a family. Here's where many families face a financial cliff. Medicare only covers specific care for short periods. Medicaid only helps if you've spent almost everything. Long-term care insurance? Rare and often limited. So families spend their savings, then their retirement, sometimes their homes, just to keep a parent safe. Some facilities won't even accept Medicaid patients or limit how many they take. The result, the quality of care you receive can depend on the size of your wallet. I met families devastated by financial ruin, not because they made bad choices, but because they made loving ones. Others felt guilty for even considering cheaper options, afraid they were failing their loved ones. Truth number 3. Family tensions can explode. During this process, one sibling becomes the caregiver. Others second-guess from afar. Some offer opinions without stepping in. Others disappear entirely. I've seen families torn apart, not over wills or inheritance, but over who picks the nursing home, who signs the papers, who visits and who doesn't. Beneath all the arguments, grief, guilt, fear, the sense of helplessness that comes when you realize a parent won't get better. And through it all, the person at the center, mom or dad, often feels like a bystander in their own story. Truth 4. Most families wait too long. By the time many people start looking, it's because something broke. A fall, a hospital visit, a stroke. And now, in crisis, you're forced to make one of life's biggest decisions. Fast. The families who felt most at peace with their choices, they started before the crisis. They toured places, asked questions, talked about money, wishes, fears. They didn't wait for the emergency. Yes, it's uncomfortable, but it's far better than standing in a hallway flipping through pamphlets while your loved one lies in a hospital bed. Truth number 5. There are more options than you think. It's not just stay home or go to a nursing home. There are assisted living communities, home health aides, adult day programs, dementia villages, and even shared senior housing. The best choice might be a mix: part-time care, weekend support, transportation help, but families often don't hear about these until it's too late. Why? Because our system is reactive, not proactive, and too many professionals offer one-size-fits-all answers. The goal? Know your options before you need them. 6 months after we placed Mom in memory care, I met Linda. Her father had been in care for over 2 years. She said something that hit me hard. It's not about the perfect place. It's about the place where your loved one can still be themselves. For Mom, that meant laughter, conversation, people. Even with Alzheimer's, her social side remained. We found a place where she wasn't just supervised. She was seen. Others had different needs. Frank wanted silence to do puzzles. Margaret lit up at the sound of piano music. Robert valued privacy above all, and the best places made room for that individuality. Truth number 6, quality of life isn't just about medicine. It's about being known, being respected, having a voice. The best homes let residents choose what to wear, when to eat, how to spend their day. Staff talk to residents like adults, not children. And that respect changes everything. I saw 2 CNAs handle meds differently. One used baby talk, the other spoke calmly and respectfully. The results? Night and day. Dignity matters. Have you lived through something like this? Type yes in the comments if you have. Truth number 7. The emotional toll doesn't end with admission. Many think once their loved one is in care, the guilt, the fear, the grief fade, but often they just change. You feel relief and emptiness. You have time and feel lost. The role you played is gone, and with it, a part of your identity. This can turn into frustration with staff, hypervigilance, or anger, but it's not always about the facility. It's about you processing your own loss. Families that fared best found balance. They visited often, got to know staff, advocated without micromanaging. They stayed connected without trying to control everything. Truth number 8. Nothing is permanent, and you're not powerless. Chose a place and it's not working? You can push for changes. You can switch facilities. You can add services. You're not stuck. Stay involved. Ask questions. Remember, you still have a say. Now let me tell you about Sunrise Gardens. When I visited, I didn't smell bleach, I heard laughter. A staff member sat with a resident, flipping through old photo albums. A retired chess master taught the game to others. A former music teacher hummed along to live piano. It wasn't fancy, but it was full of life. Truth number 9. Great care is possible when culture leads. The best places didn't rely on glossy brochures, they relied on heart. They trained their staff, they fostered respect, they prioritized connection. So how do you find those places? Look deeper. Visit at night and on weekends. Watch how people interact. Ask tough questions. Talk to families. Check state inspections. Use Medicare.gov. Yes, but also trust your gut. Know your rights. Residents and families have legal protections. Ask about councils, feedback processes, care plans. Speak up, but also lift up. When someone goes above and beyond, say so. Gratitude builds trust and keeps good people in the field. Push for better care. Demand dignity. Share stories. Create change, because others are watching. In the end, this isn't just about where someone lives, it's about how they live. With dignity, with connection, with love. If this story touched you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. So talk early, plan ahead, ask questions, share your experiences, and never forget, you're not alone. What would you do if you had to choose tomorrow?